This they'll be doing when they undertake their own tour of Canada in support of the RCAF centenary later on.
Are made up of 9 of the most experienced fast jet pilots in the Royal Air Force. We're supported by a 120-strong group of engineers and ground crew, nicknamed the Blues, all under the watchful eye of the officer commanding.
We're honoured to represent the United Kingdom and to promote science, technology...
Royal Air Force Aerobatic team, it's the Red Arrow! Team arriving on our world-famous Diamond 9, trailing our red, white and blue. And as the team pull up, you can see us in that world-famous Diamond 9 with that plan form of the shape with the sun glistening off the aircraft. You see reds 8 and 9 now move left and right, changing the shape to 9 Arrow, reaching a height of over 5,500 feet at the top of that loop. And 7 at the back, split in from the left. This is Big Vixen. There are actually 11 pilots in the Red Arrows. You have reds 1 through 9 displaying in front of you today. There's myself, red 10. Former Tornado GR4 pilot, former qualified flying instructor on the beginning of June 2024, we celebrated and commemorated 80 years since Operation Overlord, which of course was the storming of the Normandy beaches by the Allied forces. And tribute to all those that took part and those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, this is Spitfire. On the right of Red 1 is Red 2, that's squad leader Chris McCann. Chris is in his first year on the team and going through training. Chris was taken straight from training into an instructor role on the Tucano. After which he then joined the world famous 617 squadron, the Dam Busters, flying the Tornado GR. The smoke is on from Reds 4 and 5 as either side of that centre section makes their way rearwards. And November 2023 marked the 20th anniversary of the final flight of one of the most iconic aircraft ever in aviation history. As the team roll out, there is no mistaking the wonderful and majestic shape of the iconic Concorde. Once again, Red 1 pulls the team up at over 450 miles per hour, showing the expertise of the pilots, looping in formation. To make it even more difficult, you'll now see Reds 8 and 9 move themselves left and right to change the shape from Concorde to Cygnet. Reaching a height of over 5,500 feet, those aircraft now slowing to only 120 miles per hour, make the controls a lot less responsive. Conversely, the aircraft now accelerating through 200, 300, back to 400 miles per hour before Red 1 brings the team around to the left in Cygnet. You now see the wings of the Cygnet start to flex forward, with all the team members now looking left and right down their shoulders towards Red 1, with Red 6 and 7 splitting at the rear. As they continue to come round from the left, RIAT, get your cameras ready for the colourful Phoenix. Wing uppermost is Red 4, that's Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. Second year on the team, he remained as Red 4 this year and took up the role affectionately known as...
2305 knots, right on. 2305 knots, right on.
On that front row, on the far left-hand side, is Red 5, that's Flight Lieutenant George Hobday. George is in his first year on the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot, having flown with 11 Squadron based at RAF Coningsby. And George is also taking part in operations over Syria and Iraq, as well as the Eastern European Air Policing Patrol in the face of the aggressive Russia. As I said, there are 11 pilots in the team, but the Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. We have a team of over 140 personnel. 120 of them are the engineers, the mechanics, the administrators, the logisticians, the public relations, the administrators, and they are known as the Blues. So called because of the colour of their flying coveralls. There are a number of Blues here today at our public relations centre in the RAF village, so please pop along, have a word with them, find out what they do in the Red Arrows as well as their wider role since they joined the Royal Air Force. Get your cameras ready, it's the Tornado! The aboard call is made by Reds 9 as Red 8 and 9 roll around the rest of the formation, but watch for the colour change as Red 1 flies the team down the line. Right-hand side as we come to the end of the first half. This will be your last opportunity to capture the Red Arrows in that iconic Diamond 9 before we start the second half of the show. Sirs, moms, ladies and gentlemen, once again from the right in our world famous Diamond 9, it's the Red Arrows. As we go into the second half, you'll now see a manoeuvre not flown since 2003. This is the 5-4 split. As we go into the second half, we'll now break down to two distinctive sections. Going off to the right-hand side, you have Reds 1 through 5, known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5 from the children's books. Off to the left-hand side, Reds 6, 7, 8, and 9, known as Hannah, named after squadron leader Ray Hanna, one of the first members of the Red Arrows. He was the only team leader to lead the team for 4 years. He took the team from a 7-ship to a 9-ship and created our world famous Diamond 9. Hanna from the left, Enid from the right for the 5-4 cross. The Red Arrows were formed in 1964 with our first public display in 1964. From the Red Pelicans, the arrows from the Black Arrows to give us our name. And of course, we took the aircraft from the Yellow Jacks. In tribute to that aircraft, Enid from the right, flying the Gnat. Right the way up until 1979. In 1980, we took control of the Hawk T-Mark 1, which is the aircraft that we fly today. And the Hawk is actually 50 years old. Get your cameras ready once again for the Hannah break. We have Reds 7 and 8 off to our left. You have Reds 8 and 9 going vertical, and Reds 6 and 7 staying flat. Red 6 off to the left, Red 7 pilot, former qualified weapons instructor on the Typhoon, as the Synchro pair complete Cyclone. synchro pair leave directly to our front. Look to your far left-hand side and you can see Red 9 start as he turns to line up with Enid in the distance to complete the manoeuvre called the Goose.
Far away.
As Red 9 climbs up, smoking the red, white and blue, you can see Enid coming off to our left-hand side, smoking our famous red, white and blue. Of course, one of the roles of Red Arrows to represent the Royal Air Force and the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and we do that by flying our red, white and blue through the skies. We're extremely proud to take the Union colours, we wear them on our chest, we have the Union flag on our tails, and of course we have our famous red, white and blue, flying across the UK, Europe and across the world. The smoke comes on, get your cameras ready for the world famous Synchro Heart! Look to your far top right hand corner and you can see Red 8 coming in as Red 8 spears the Heart. Red 8 is Flight Lieutenant Richard Walker. Rich is in his second year on the team, a former Harrier pilot, former Typhoon pilot and former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark II.
Threshold.
Look directly in the distance to your right, followed by the rest of the team. Once again, get your cameras ready for the Vixen vertical break. Meters, each aircraft will conduct a 360-degree aileron roll. Pull, go is the call. Feet will be inverted 60 degrees nose down before rolling the correct way up to complete the manoeuvre called the boomerang. As the synchro pair smoke trail in the sky, for the first part of the manoeuvre we like to call the Serpent. And you can really see that red, white and blue against the sky. Those colours only capable due to the smoke pod which is under the belly of the aeroplane. That smoke pod is capable of producing approximately 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke and 1 minute of blue smoke. With each of those colours selected by its own individual button on the pilot's control column. And during winter training we come up with a smoke plan to ensure we have the right colour at the right time in the display and that we simply do not run out. Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 now moved up, looking 90 degrees along their shoulder line at Red 1 while pulling up to 4G, an extremely hard formation to maintain. The smoke will come on from the right as we finish off the manoeuvre of the Serpent with the Tango Present. up as he starts to push. Red 6 now conducting an inverted barrel roll, pushing up to -3G, working hard to make sure all that blood doesn't rush to his head, while Red 7, 8 and 9 hold on in that barrel roll to complete the manoeuvre called the mirror roll. With the mirror roll completed, with Reds 8 and 9 performing a rollback. In the distance, and the white smoke is on. 2 and 3 roll go is the command from Red 1 as Reds 2 and 3 roll to the outside. Clear go as Reds 4 and 5 rolled around the outside in one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots to master each year. This is rollbacks. Draw a wonderful 60 in the sky for our 60th anniversary break. Red 6 and 7 breaking underneath the 60. Keep an eye once again on the synchro pair. Red 7 off to the left, Red 6 off to the right. They'll pull up to approximately 1,000 feet for their final manoeuvre of the show. They'll dive down. To your front, with Enid running back in 8 and 9 for the Vixen break. Sirs, Marms, ladies and gentlemen, Royal International Air Tattoo, it's been an absolute honour and a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2024 Royal Air Force Aerobatic team. It's the Red Arrows! Gather the rest of the formation, take them out to about 10 miles before they run back in for their final run-in and break to land.
Manchester, and of course other controllers and assistants from Guernsey and East Midlands. In addition to that, there's a further 4 support staff that are conducting flight planning and emergency desk roles during the show period. Air traffic control is just one of the critical voluntary roles required to bring a safe and exciting Royal International Air Tattoo. If you think there might be something that you could offer